It is right around midnight, and this is what is going on. Morning, it is day 116, and I'm sitting in the deli. I just had a just had a sausage, egg, and cheese bagel, everything bagel. But this is the deli, and then I just ordered a wrap for lunch. So, pretty productive morning already. Everything is wet. It rained last night. So, I'm hoping that it'll dry. I wiped everything down, and I'm hoping that it'll dry so I won't have this soggy tent. My backpack's going to be heavier than it has been in a while. This wrap itself is pretty heavy. And then I picked up some food from Jim yesterday and a cooking stove pot. And so it'll add a little bit more weight to my backpack. But we might be going 20 miles today. There's a heat advisory. It's going to be up to 94 degrees, but it's going to rain this afternoon. But there's not very many shelters, and we should be in Connecticut in like 2 days. So everything's going pretty fast, and looking forward to getting the day started. So I'll see you on the trail.
Shot, right?
Stormville Market. This is the guy that did all of our delicious breakfasts today.
Oh my God, video
right?
Famous.
Yeah, that's right. What's your name?
Mike.
Mike. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
Enjoy your journey. Okay?
Thank you. So I'll give you a little bit more of a tour of this place. This is what I love right here. Let me see. I found. Look at the ingredients on this. Like, that's all you need, right? That's real pasta right there. And then got some stuff for us to resupply if we want. And they have these delicious donuts. Good. Prices are very reasonable. And really friendly guy, Mike. Okay, so this is the place where we had pizza on the left last night, deli on the right, and then my tent is not packed up yet. In fact, I think my tent might be the only one that's still up. But this is where we all slept last night, and there were quite a few tents out here this morning, last night, and there's a couple more people still out here. But pack up my stuff. There's my tent right there, and see if I can dry the rest of it out at lunchtime. So this is what it looks like after a rainy day and you've slept behind a restaurant. This right here is my Tyvek in my tent, trying to dry it out. It usually dries out pretty fast. And then that dark blue towel is mine, and my hat cover that Tin Cup gave me, I left out in the rain, so that was a dumb move, but it is getting dry. So this is what the explosion, the aftermath explosion looks like. It is 8:21, and we're just leaving the deli. Dried out our tents the best we could, and now we are headed out. I have to wear my tank top because my other shirt needs to be washed. It smells really bad, and I just couldn't put it on. So hopefully the straps don't irritate my shoulders. But we got about a half-mile walk to get back to the trail. And so that's what we're doing now. We just finished a half-mile boardwalk to get ourselves back in the woods and on the trail. And I talked to a lady last night when I was in the pizzeria downloading videos, and her trail name is Bam. And she said that these first 7 miles that we're going to be trekking today are pretty user-friendly. So we'll see how that compares to what we think is user-friendly. Hopefully we're on the same page and speak the same language. But Looks like it's gonna be a beautiful day today. We do have a chance of rain later this afternoon or early evening. So we'll try to get in the miles before that and be ready to go at the campsite before it rains. It's one of those big honking trees. Yep. It's not the biggest one though, right?
Yeah, we passed the biggest one.
We already did?
Yeah, it was in I think it was in Tennessee, wasn't it?
We already passed the biggest one.
It was pretty similar to this one.
Golly. All right, this is Wayside, right?
Waypoint.
Waypoint. And where are you hiking? Where are you from?
Buffalo.
Oh, so you're right around home now.
Yeah, I'm in my home state.
Wow. Can I ask you how old you are?
33.
You're young.
Almost 34.
Yeah. He's packing out some big weight. How much do you think your backpack weighs?
Right now, 40 pounds. I have too much food.
I can't complain anymore.
But I hear the trail today's easy.
That's what I heard too. At least I heard the first 7 miles are pretty easy. I don't know after that.
I've heard 12 to 24.
Awesome. All right, so how, are you going to go big miles today?
No.
No?
It's too hot.
Yeah, it is hot.
Woke up late, too hot.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Why did you decide to hike the trail?
Just for the adventure.
Yeah?
Yep.
Good deal. Well, thank you.
Yep.
Got off another little road walk, and we're heading down this way. There's a water cache that they've set up for us, which is very generous. So I think I'm going to drink up on some of my water and refill my bottle because we have a heat advisory and it's going to get up. It said 97. Somebody told me 97 yesterday. When I looked at the weather, it said 94. So it's a water cache. Look at all that water. Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you. Still have some rocks to climb. We had a couple good climbs so far. And, oops. So, like Phoenix said, we'll have to talk about what is easy peasy. But we did have some long stretches of some easy trail. So we're at point 3 from the shelter that we were going to stay in last night, but opted to stay at the restaurant instead, which was a good choice because we got a good dinner, a good visit with Jim and Janice, and a nice breakfast. Arrived at the Morgan Stewart Memorial Shelter. It is literally right on trail, so easy to get to. Let's see what the inside of this looks like. Oh, it's nice and clean, that's for sure. Got a place to read. I believe there's a privy. Look at this, a fire pit. Do a little cooking. And then I don't know what this is. I guess it is another fire pit, maybe. Yep. Looks like there's a picnic table down there. And some tent spots. So this is where we were going to stay yesterday. And decided to wait and get here today. We're just gonna stop for a little break, a little privy break, take our backpacks off for a minute, and then we'll keep on hiking out. Yeah, it's a nice spot down there. Looks like there's some level spaces. Here's the view of the trail right now. It's been pretty kind to us right now. We are moving at a pretty good pace, taking advantage of the easy terrain while we have it. I think we can have 16 miles to go for the day. We're shooting for a 20-mile day, so if it stays like this, I think we got a shot at it. Well, I just had to pull off to the side and fix a spot on my heel. My shoe is the inside of the heel is starting to wear out. And I've just had these shoes for a couple weeks, and if that. And so now that's starting to rub on my heel and give me a blister. So I had to pull off to the side. I told those guys to keep on going. So I probably won't catch up to them until lunch because they are booking it today. And you just you hold up for 20 seconds and, you know, it's almost like they're a quarter of a mile ahead. So I'll just walk my own walk and get to them when I do. My heel feels a little bit better, but I know it's irritated, and I just didn't want to go any further on it and make it worse. So I opted to stop, and I put a blistered Band-Aid on it, and then I put a piece of Luco tape over that, and so hopefully that will hold. My socks are wet, my feet were sweaty. Tried to dry them off the best I could, but it's just all part of it. You got to take the good with the bad, and so hopefully I have taken care of that issue, and I won't have too many more problems with that. So I'm going to, I think, when if we get to camp early enough where I can dry out my shoes, I'm going to put a piece of tape over the back of my heel and see if that helps too. But it wouldn't stick right now because my shoes are so wet from yesterday. So, but we'll just keep on heading north one step at a time. And eventually, and before you know it, we'll be climbing Katahdin. So I can't believe in a couple days we're going to be in Connecticut. And another day or so after that, we should be hitting 1,500 miles. Still can't believe it. But it is exciting, and I'm enjoying it completely. So I'm going to start using both my trekking poles now. This is what I just came to. It's time to climb over this beast and see what's on the other side. I don't know if we're bypassing this or not, but it's pretty big in comparison to us. Oops. Oh my goodness. We just stopped at the creek for water, and so I have both bottles full right now. You see that fence again. We're walking along the nuclear lake. There used to be a plutonium plant here in the 70s, and I guess there was an explosion. They shut down the plant. But before the AT was allowed to put the trail through here, they tested the water to make sure that it was safe. So we are going to have our lunch close to the lake on the north end. And so just heading that way now. It's almost 1 o'clock, and our stomachs are telling us it's lunchtime. So I'll show you the lake when we stop. On this awesome rock that we're gonna sit on, and that is our view for lunch. Isn't it wonderful? Headed up towards the Telephone Pioneer Shelter, and I'm gonna use a privy up there, but this is one of the few water sources we've seen since lunchtime. And today is tough, but it's not necessarily because the terrain has been hard. It's because of the heat. So I think there might be somebody up here, so I may turn this off. If they're not in the shelter, I'll show it to you. All right, this is the Telephone Pioneer Shelter. The privy is back there, and it's got a lot of, I like that they're putting these little reading boxes in here, but here's the privy. So I'm gonna head back there, and they have a table and a fire pit, and I'm heading back down to fill up my water and carry on. Look how big that tree is. I'm gonna put a picture of me hugging it so you guys can actually see the size. I've been on a lot of this for the last 20 minutes or so. This heat is beating us down, beating me down. Look at that pretty flower. Another one. Definitely have to check ourselves for ticks after this. Let's get out of this boardwalk. We're about 6 miles to go. It's 4 o'clock and the storm's supposed to be here in 2 hours. Well, here's the railroad tracks, and they have a little depot here that'll take you to New York. So we have 7 miles to the Connecticut state line. That's pretty exciting. You guys can see that right there. We won't get there today, but we will definitely get there tomorrow. I've been walking these fields for a while in the exposed sunlight, and it's kicking my butt. When we're done today, I'll be ready. They weren't joking when they said a heat advisory, but that's not why I clicked on here. I got a message from one of my former players, and she was also an assistant coach for me. Her name is Jordan Rundio, and I actually officiated her wedding between her and Cody, and I coached her and her 3 sisters, Jenna, Jillian, and Josie, all J's. And she sent me a picture today that I'm going to share with you guys right here. The last Chattanooga Choo Choo team camp that we went to, after we finished, I took Meredith, who is now the head coach. She took over my position, and Jordan on a one-night backpacking trip, and she sent me a picture of it today, saying it was 3 years ago today that we took that trip. So shout out to those two for going along with that, because I don't know that it's necessarily their cup of tea, but they did it for me, and I love them for it. And I just wanted to share a little bit of that kind of passion with them that I had for my hiking and backpacking, and they bought into it and did it with me. So that was a sweet memory when she sent me that picture. So I just want to do a shout out to both Jordan and Meredith. 3 years ago today, you guys did your backpacking trip with me. Here's going to be my dinner. I got my tent set up. Now I just have to put my stuff in there. My backpack's in there with all my stuff. But I gotta hang a bear line. Hello, it is the end of day 116. So just wanted to recap what we had going on today. The biggest thing is the heat was really hard for us. It was 17.2, and I feel like I look tired, but the terrain was beautiful. It was the heat that made things difficult. So been trying to drink a lot of water and stay hydrated, and we got a little stealth site over here that all 3 of our tents fit perfectly. And tomorrow we go into Connecticut. I thought it was 2 more days, but it's actually tomorrow. So I think we're like 9 miles from Connecticut or something like that. So we'll hit that tomorrow, and we're super excited and look forward to it. So we'll get back on the trail tomorrow. I just had a protein bar for dinner because I just was, I think, overheated. But it seemed to do the trick because I'm not hungry, and I'm trying to have some protein at the end of the day to help get me ready for the next day. So, and I took my vitamins because I forgot to take those earlier today. I did get a wrap from the deli, and that was delicious. That was at lunch. I wanted to save half of it for dinner, but I was afraid it might not be good because of the heat. So I just ate the whole thing during lunch. So, and I think that's about it. It is raining. It's not raining right this second, but it was raining a couple minutes ago, and I think it's gonna rain tonight. So we'll probably have a wet tent tomorrow, but that's okay because if it turns out to be a nice day, we can always dry it out during lunch. So we have a couple days, and then when we get into Connecticut, we're gonna meet up with season 1's sister, and that'll be a lot of fun. It'll be fun to meet them, and we might be able to get a chance to do some slack packing. So I'm excited about that. Oh, and we saw the biggest oak tree on the Appalachian Trail. The other thing is, somebody asked me if I could go into detail what a blue blaze was, and it's really just a spur trail. So like it could take you to a shelter, it could take you to water, it could take you to a campsite, it could take you to a natural like vista, or you know, like a feature that's on the trail, but it veers you off the actual Appalachian Trail. But there are some times that you can veer off of it, and then it'll take you back to it, like maybe a bypass on an interstate would. So there's a couple times that we've done that just because it made more sense, or it was a safety option. So hope that helps, and I think that's about it. I don't think it's going to get very cool tonight, so we're just going to have to get as comfy as we can. But I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, give me a holler, and I will see you on the trail tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye. Peace out.